Hey class, it's Mr. Loza coming at you from my backyard. I'm actually here sitting on the floor in the dirt because it actually relates to our next lesson. And no, you're not going to have to plant anything. We're actually going to be doing a public service announcement, social media post that actually has to do with water conservation. And the way we're going to approach this is we're actually going to use what's around us as inspiration. And so I'm going to have to ask you to look to your surroundings, plants, trees, and stuff like that. But primarily, I want to actually focus using this little plant right here. This is called an Echeveria colorata. And what it is, it's a drought-tolerant succulent. And sorry, like my phone just got a notification. It's a drought-tolerant succulent. And it's really cool because it actually exhibits one of the design principles we talk about in class. It actually shows a radial type of balance. And you'll notice that the leaves radiate from the center outward. And it also represents a rosette pattern, which means that the leaves are arranged in a circular pattern around the center. And you'll notice that as you get, if you go higher, the leaves, they actually get a little bit smaller. So it's actually a really fascinating design found in nature. So we're going to be using this as the basis for our design in our PSA. And you might be hearing my pug. It's wandering around out there, eating stuff off the floor, but don't mind it. So where was I? Okay, so our PSA social media post has to be in a square format, and it's going to be incorporating one image, which is our Echeveria plant. You do have the option to expand on it, but I want you to include at least one of those plants. And it's going to have 4 rows of leaves, and you're actually going to incorporate text this time because in the past lessons you've actually used color using the color wheel. You incorporated design principles in your shoe design project, and for this one I want you to bring it all in together to actually make your water conservation social media post. You don't have to post it online. You can upload it just like we did all the other projects. And so for this one, you have a couple options as well. So a lot of you are actually pretty proficient using the vector software on your Chromebooks. If you have another photo editing software you want to use, you can. The demo I'm going to do is based on the vector software. And if some of you are having trouble or having glitches with it, you do have the option for this project to actually make the PSA using materials you have at home. So construction paper, colored pencils, markers, etc. You have that option, and a lot of you actually did really good work when it came down to your digital to physical project. So I know all of you can do it either way. And pretty much to culminate the project, you're going to end up writing a reflection, just like your shoe design project, but all that will be explained later in the PowerPoint presentation as well. So I'm actually going to finish, doing this right here, and I'm going to meet you inside so I can do my demo on the vector software on kind of like what I'm asking you for. So all right, let's get going. Hey class, so quick recap. For this project, whether you're making it using Vector, Google Draw, or making it at home using materials like construction paper, you're actually going to need to find a reference image first. This is mine. I'm using this for color and design reference. After I find my reference image, I'm going to get and create 4 leaf designs, and each one is going to be different from the next. I used a complementary color scheme, and that helps me tell each one apart and will make my design more interesting. After that, you're going to arrange each leaf design into a circular pattern, and this can be done by duplicating your shape. Next step, you're going to do this for each of your leaf designs, and here's an example of what it would look like. I urge you to experiment with colors and design. You will ultimately overlap them to create your Echeveria succulent. Last step, you're going to add your water conservation slogan before you put it all together and download it. And here's an example of what it should look like. I urge you to experiment, add more detail, see how you can actually play around with gradients and get your design to look really interesting. Once you're done creating your design, make sure you upload it, add it to your Google Doc along with your reflection, and don't forget to fill out your self-assessment rubric in the Google Forms. That way you make sure you hit all the marks for this assignment. Thanks and good luck.